Welcome back, R-Kidz. I hope you've been enjoying these Bible stories as much as I have. I miss seeing you guys, so this is a fun way for me to feel like I get to spend some time with you. If you've been following along, we're reading stories from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Today we're going to be on page 310 with God's Wonderful Surprise. So for those of you who might be just tuning in, or if you can't remember what we've been talking about, yesterday was Good Friday. And we talked about, we read the stories about when Jesus gave his life for us, right? And I said, spoiler alert, does he stay dead? Nope. He comes back, and that's why we love Easter so much, right? Because he beats death, he comes back, and now he lives with us every single day. So we are going to go ahead and start that story. So they just put Jesus in the tomb, and that's where we finished off. So let's go ahead with God's wonderful surprise. Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this happen? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer, the king God promised? It wasn't supposed to end like this. Yes, but whoever said anything about the end? Just before sunrise on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven. When the guards saw the angel, they fell down with fright. The angel rolled the huge stone away, sat on top of it, and waited. At the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and other women headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. The early morning sun slanted through the ancient olive trees, drops of dew glittering on leaves and grasses, little tears everywhere. The friends quietly walked along the hilly path through the olive groves until they reached the tomb, and immediately they noticed something odd. It was wide open. They peered through the opening into the dark tomb. But wait, Jesus' body was gone. Gotta turn our book the other way for this one. And something else. A shining man was there with clothes made from lightning. Don't be scared, the angel said. But they couldn't help it. They screamed anyway. The angel asked them, "What are you doing here? This is the tomb, and tombs are for dead people." The woman couldn't speak. Jesus isn't dead anymore, he said. He's alive again. And their hearts leapt. And then the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt, for a moment, as if they had woken from a nightmare. Look how big that angel is. Look how awesome that is. Can you imagine? Wow. The other women rushed home, but Mary stayed behind. How could it be true? Jesus was definitely dead. How could he be alive? Just then, Mary heard someone else in the garden. Perhaps it's the gardener, she thought. He'll know where Jesus' body is. I don't know where Jesus is, Mary said urgently. I can't find him. But it was all right. Jesus knew where she was, and he had found her. Mary! Only one person said her name like that. She could hear her heart thumping. She turned around. She could just make out a figure. She shaded her eyes to try and see and thought she was dreaming. But she wasn't dreaming. She was seeing. Jesus! Mary fell to the ground. Suddenly, tears filled her eyes and great sobs shook her whole body. And all she wanted in that moment was to cling to Jesus and never let him go. You'll be able to hold on to me later, Mary, Jesus said gently, and always be close to me. But now, go and tell the others that I'm alive. So cool. Mary ran and ran all the way to the city. She never ran so fast or so far in all of her life. She felt she could have run forever. She didn't even feel like her feet touched the ground. The sun seemed to be dancing and gleaming and bounding across the sky, racing with her and shining brighter than she could ever remember in the clear, fresh air. And it seemed to her that morning, as she ran, almost as if the whole world had been made anew, almost as if the whole world was singing for joy. The trees, tiny sounds in the grass, the birds, her heart. Was God really making everything sad come untrue? Was he making even death come untrue? She couldn't wait to tell Jesus' friends. They won't believe it, she laughed. And of course, she was right. Can you imagine? Oh, she must have been so excited. So that's where we're going to leave off today. So Mary's on her way running to tell the rest of Jesus' friends that he's back alive. What do we think? Are they going to believe her? You'll have to tune in tomorrow night to find out. So go ahead, say your bedtime prayers. Jesus loves you, and when we wake up, it's going to be Easter Sunday, and we'll hear the rest of the story. Good night.